So if I were to tell you there's only one supplement you can take for the rest of your life, what would that one supplement be? This was an awesome question that I was asked about a week ago. And I actually gave two answers. Magnesium, of course, because we all need magnesium. We're so deficient. But the big one, critical for the health of our immune system, is vitamin D3 with K2. It's crazy because I'm testing this with my patients all the time. We do a comprehensive blood panel, we get the results back, and what does the range say on the lab when you look at the vitamin D? It says the range is 30 to 100. So they're assuming if you're in that range, that's normal. They're not going to light it up or flag it, right? Now, if that number was 29, it's going to say low. So my question to you is that if your number was 31, still in that lab range, what is your doctor going to say to you? Most likely, like most of my patients, they're going to say nothing, right? Because doctors don't look at this from like, what is your optimal functional range? They just want you to be in the lab range. So my approach is like, would you rather be happy or just not sad? Right? They want you to be not sad. I want you to be happy. Would you rather be healthy or just not sick? So having a vitamin D number of like 31, you might be not sick or have symptoms expressing that vitamin D deficiencies and other deficiencies in your body, but you're certainly not healthy. So to be healthy, we need you up in that high level, functional, optimal range, 70 to 80. And once you're up there, it's incredible how your immune system starts to function better. Your resistance, your resilience, your ability to fight off infections, especially as we get into the fall and winter months, it just skyrockets, right? So that is why this is one of the most powerful supplements that we need to take every day. Our kids started this when they were really, really young, as babies. Also our parents, right? And you got to take the right kind. So I'm a big fan. This is our vitamin D3 with K2. Number one, it's plant-based, it's organic. And you have to understand is that vitamin D3 is a fat-soluble vitamin, which means you have to take it with fat to get it into your cells. So that is why we also put in here some organic olive oil and some organic hemp oil. So it doesn't matter if you take this with or without food, you're gonna get full absorption, full bioavailability because it's a liquid, right? A lot of absorption is happening in your mouth before it even swallows. But again, because of the fats, the healthy fats that we have in it, it's gonna actually drive up that nutrient absorption. So now you're utilizing all that vitamin D. Now, what is vitamin D doing? Obviously, we know that this is critical, the number one most important supplement to regulate and strengthen your immune system. This is why it's so important in this crazy time with all these different viruses and whatever is out there, right? Don't worry about that, worry about this, all right? The germs don't make you sick, contrary to what the powers that be might say. Your body makes you sick, because if germs made you sick, yes, they are the complicating factor, but if they truly made you sick, we'd all be sick. In fact, we'd all be dead, right? I wouldn't be here to even make this video. So it's really about your own biologic terrain and what can we do to strengthen our body from the inside out. In my book, Get Off Your Sugar, I talk about the big 5 supplements we all need to take. No matter how healthy or no matter how unhealthy you eat, you gotta take these 5. All right, magnesium, fish oil, probiotics, and the last 2 in no specific order are vitamin D3 with K2. And those are combined in one. So in this, we have vitamin D3 and there is K2. So D is so important because in addition to your immune system, it's helping with calcium absorption. It's also going to help your mood. It helps lessen anxiety. It strengthens your brain. We talk about like the top neuroprotectors of your brain, mental, emotional health. Vitamin D is critical for that, right? But when we combine that vitamin D with the K2, here's what happens. Here's the magic. So vitamin D and magnesium helps bring calcium into the body. But once calcium gets into your body, it needs to know where to go. And where we want it to go. We want to go to our bones to strengthen our bones, right? But if we don't have vitamin K2, and by the way, how do we get that? It's actually synthesized. So we get K1 from vegetables and things like that, but it actually has to go through some different chemical reactions in your body to make K1 into K2. And most of us aren't creating that. So this is why we have such an important job to supplement with this. So again, when the calcium's in the body, the K2 directs it to where it needs to go, which is your bones. So if we're not getting enough K2, and most of us aren't, instead of those the calcium going to your bones where we want it, where we need it, it's going to all the wrong places, right? It's going to your brain. It causes plaquing of the brain. That causes inflammation of the brain, anxiety, depression, ADD, ADHD, brain fog. And if we don't correct that, that can even lead to dementia. It causes kidney stones. If it's in your blood vessel walls, it causes atherosclerosis or plaquing. So the point is that if there's one supplement that you're not taking right now, my secret weapon for everything to optimize your health and well-being and your longevity, reverse premature aging, it's vitamin D3 with K2. I take half of a dropper every single day. That's 5,000 IUs. My number is way up in those high ranges, the optimal zone. And I recommend when you're actually testing yourself, what you do is you test at 2 times a year to get a baseline. Test during the high summer month and the high winter month, because the winter months is when we're gonna be most deficient. The summer months is when we're gonna be most sufficient. So we have two polar opposites, and then what you do is you take the average of that, and then you get a really good indicator of how your body is doing with vitamin D throughout the course of a year. All right, so I hope that helps everybody. Check this out. By the way, we have one that is unflavored, amazing, and then we have one that's flavored. It has like a little mint flavor, and this is awesome because this not only is gonna give you the vitamin D and K2 that you need, but also doubles as a refreshing mouth flavor, or whatever you wanna call it, right? We should never be putting mouthwash into our body. This becomes your healthy mouthwash. All right, hope that helps everybody, and make sure you are testing your D levels, and make sure you are actually supplementing with our acid-kicking vitamin D3 with K2.